Salutations everyone, this is Razor bringing you guys another tournament recap analysis video for CEO 2019 Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. The tournament that everybody is saying is the best tournament of the year so far. CEO, of course, always something to look forward to. Super major, ringside seats, the huge intros and everything like that. And of course, MKLeo comes out on top once again. Solo Joker, not dropping a set, dropping 2 games the entire tournament. Just absolute dominant fashion. But I mean, pretty much everybody was here, like all the new kids that we were hearing about, like Spargo, that Cloud main from Tijuana, who finished in 17th. And they have a new kid on the block, PupA, who finished in 5th with Pokemon Trainer. This Proto Banham kid, who was actually came the closest to beating MKLeo than anybody else, and that was I think in top 128s or something like that with his Lucina. Took Leo to game 3, but here's your top 8 right here. Of course, MKLeo bringing it. And then you have Mars in 2nd place, making a strong case for number 2 in the world after Tweak misses another super major. So most people had Tweak as number 2, but Mars just has more results and more recently. And this is the end of the season for the latest PGR ranking, so we'll see that. Of course, rocking the Zero Suit Samus, but then bringing out the Captain Falcon in Grand Finals, which was a crazy thing we'll get to at the end of the video. And then you have Ally, of course, with a Snake, and then he desperately pulled out the Mario against Leo, which was not a good idea. Then you have Debuzz, rocking Olimar and Rosalina and Luma, a little bit more Rosalina than we're used to, but at the end, Olimar is what took him through where he needed to do. And then you have France's own #1 ranked European player, Glutoni, the Wario main, that we've heard a lot about and, seen him a little bit here and there. 5th place finish along with PupA, the young kid Pokemon trainer. And he lost to Leo and Mars, so losing to the top 2 players, you can't be really upset about your performance there. And then running out top 8, we got Waddy coming with a huge losers run with Solo Rob, and then you have Nairo rocking mostly Palutena, well, a little bit of Zero Suit as well. But pretty much everyone else was there: Cosmos, Samsora, Esam, Wishes, Prodigy, Mr. E, Salem, finishing off your top 13, and Proto Banham as well. So let's get right into the first match of top 8, Ally versus Debuzz, Snake versus Rosalina and Luma. Debuzz beating Mr. R, Glutoni, and Wishes on his way to top 8 winner's side. And then we have Ally, who defeated MVD and Mars. Interesting choice for Debuzz, going for Rosalina and Luma here, especially against Snake. I mean, sure, her down special does absorb projectiles, but grenades just come out too fast for that to work, and Nikita missiles will catch a recovery like Rosalina's easily, and we saw that happen in game 1. I think he got hit by 2 missiles at once. Debuzz always playing from behind. It seemed like Ally just set up camp and spammed the grenades as you do with Snake, and if you can't threaten Snake, there's no reason for him to approach, especially when Snake has a lead. So after Ally takes game 1 handily, Debuzz switches to Olimar. Already a hard matchup pre-nerfs. While, as we all know, Snake didn't get anything even remotely close to resembling a nerf for no reason. Olimar being used in the last match against Wishes, so he is warmed up with Olimar at the time, but had been using mostly Rosalina up to that point. He took the first 2 stocks of game 2. Has to make you wonder why Debuzz even considered Rosalina for even a second, even a single frame. What Olimar can do against Snake is simply out-spam him in the close range. That doesn't sound like a Super Smash Bros. Meta sentence, but Pikmin will intercept and body block the grenades, take one for the team, and come out faster than the grenades, so you can throw 2 Pikmin either with down tilt, his fastest option, or with the side special throw, come out much faster than 2 grenades will. Olimar will command more space, but the ledge still will belong to Snake with that recovery like Olimar's, much like Rosalina's, very interruptible, no hitbox, and kind of slow. So Snake has it in the matter of the neutral game and getting those conversions off of it. Debuzz was getting mileage off of exchanges. He was winning, but Snake's moves were simply just they hit way too hard, and he was dying at much earlier percents than Ally was. He can afford to lose neutral more often and just needs Debuzz to go off stage once to turn it into a stock, and that's what Ally does, winning 2-1. Then we have PupA versus MKLeo. PupA, the new Pokemon trainer on the block, killing it in winner's side. He took out Nairo, Esam, and Samsora. Already this trainer has a hell of a pedigree. MKLeo coming through by beating Zenyu, Ryuga, Proto Banham, who had been killing it up to in the tournament up to that point, by the way, and the only person thus far in the tournament to take a single game off of Leo, and then he beat Cosmos. So MKLeo starts off right where he left off the last tournament, up air to down throw to up air to down throw to up special to kill Charizard at only like 100%. So the heaviest Pokemon still dying early to Joker combos. Joker's pretty good in case you didn't know, but PupA ain't about to be crushed on his grand stage debut, gets the down air spike and then a vine whip off the top for himself to get an early kill, as well as taking a big lead, but no lead is safe against Joker or Leo for that matter. And after evening the stocks up, Joker just destroyed all 3 Pokemon consecutively, takes game 1. PupA would often switch to Charizard to recover back, either for the better air dodge or for the 3 jumps, or threat of Flare Blitz, but it never works. Charizard just gets destroyed by Joker. He has air dodge more often, and Leo can just chase him down because Charizard has a really hard time landing, especially losing the Rock Smash from Wii U, and can just chase him from ledge to ledge. And even on the advantage, Charizard can't even kill Joker with up throw. Joker is just way too heavy to die, even off of a platform with up throw. PupA is able to make game 2 a fight as well, bring it to last stock and even, losing stage control, but air dodging all the follow-ups and then punishing whiffs. MKLeo moves on 2-0. Then we have Glutoni versus Waddy. Glutoni was sent to losers by Debuzz and survived by eliminating Prodigy and Cosmos. Waddy was sent to losers early by Proto Banham in semis of top 132 and is the man that eliminated the new kid Spargo and then 2-0'd Mr. E and Samsora to make it to top 8. So it's some Wario versus Rob, not characters we've seen in top 8 in a hot minute, but these are some of the top players of those characters for sure. Things start off quite back and forth in game 1. Waddy was lapping Glutoni in percent, but wasn't getting the kills until late, while Wario doesn't need as much percent to get the kill, especially when you have Waft on deck. Waddy had stage control long enough and taking the first stock put him in the driver's seat, literally knocking Wario off of his bike to take stock 2, and then finally pulling off a somewhat early kill with the side special to take the 2 stock game 1 victory. Game 2, entirely different story. Glutoni had the first stock with a back air for another early kill, and then a quick juggle 0 to death combo into Waft to just give himself a huge lead. Both of those characters can just suffocate once they get something going, either given the right reads. Both can recover from all the way under the stage and can have big swings, and both have strong kill move setups. Glutoni's lead, thanks to that 0 to death, was too much for Waddy to come back from, even after taking it to the last stock, so we go to the decisive game 3. Glutoni in game 3 really taking advantage of Wario's god tier recovery by going super duper deep, forcing Waddy to be very creative in how he got back to the ledge, and was quite successful, I might add. But Glutoni could just easily go back to the stage any way that he wanted. That god tier recovery, it just kept forcing Waddy off stage, kept forcing him to go back to ledge and having to exhaust his jump jets. Glutoni can take advantage when Waddy eventually does come back, especially with those up airs for that second stock, and then continually knocks Waddy off stage until his fuel is depleted and then just falls to his doom. Glutoni takes it with a 2-1. Then we have Mars versus Nairo. Nairo was sent to losers by PupA, then eliminated Proto Banham and Wishes to make it this far. Mars sent Spargo to losers, then got sent to losers by Ally, then he eliminated Esam to get to face Nairo. So here we have the two Zero Suit Samus Masters of Smash 4, of course Mars sticking with his girl, and Nairo seeing many women around this roster, mostly going Palutena recently. As you would expect from both of these players, they just immediately went in for big plays. Both played very well in game 1. Mars played very good around Nairo's shield with the Nair and fair on landing, can't punish off of those cross-ups, and then Mars could just poke from there. Nairo had safer landings, especially with back airs, and relied more on straight hits, while Mars was more threatening on stage with the fair and the Zair especially. Final stock last hit situation, and Mars hits the Zair to back air combo to take game 1. Mars did very well using anti-air options against a character that wants to be in the air. Mars wants to keep things lower to keep his advantage with the bigger range that he has because of those Zairs, but Nairo just needs to put Zero Suit Samus on the ledge and can get an early kill from there with back throw, dash attack, do something with those aerials or call outs to a smash attack, which we saw early on. You can call out jumps and then Mars can't get in. More back airs and fairs pressured Mars at the ledge, and without the space, Mars had to take more risks playing from behind and paid for it with the dash attack coming out of Palu for the early kill on the last stock for game 1. Now both players know that Zero Suit Samus has risky options that can be punished if whiffed, but Mars whiffs were turning into huge baits, and he came up big with huge combos into boost kicks that were simply too fast for Nairo to react to. The matchup was very interesting as close-up Zero Suit wins with boost kicked out of shield, frame 1 jab, and the Nair or Zair option, while Palutena has dash attack at mid-range or back airs, both safe options because they use the shield, and that Nair ain't losing out to any options from a short hop. But Mars's choice of Yoshi's story paid dividends by getting those wall jumps to cover mistakes that he made, as well as being able to offensively come from off stage to kind of gain stage control. And Mars had the anti-air options to keep Palutena from doing what she needs to do, and Mars ends up taking it. Then we have Debuzz versus Glutoni. Wario versus Rosalina. Debuzz may be looking for like a lack of knowledge in the matchup from Glutoni's side of things before bringing out the Olimar. Debuzz had a lead right from the get-go, but no lead matters when you can just waft somebody at 80, so Glutoni just takes that first stock with a big old pass of gas. Debuzz does a good job at using Luma to not lose stage control even when he loses neutral by keeping Luma on stage and threatening with aerials or smash attacks, and then when on stage tried to keep Wario between Rosa and Luma, but then Glutoni just used Bite and got huge damage off that command grab, tossed him off stage for stage control and or getting the kill. Debuzz evens things up then, of course, by that time Wario had Waft again, and the tried and true combo Nair into Waft seals the deal for game 1. Game 2, Debuzz switches to Olimar and gets a 0 to death with the Dare Spike conversion. So in this matchup, of course, Olimar has no trouble racking up damage, something Wario usually excels in most matchups, but everybody loses to Olimar in that arena, save for maybe Snake or Joker with Arsene active. But having the percent lead wasn't Debuzz's weak point in game 1 with Rosa. It was getting the kill when you have that percent lead, and Olimar does not have that much trouble killing, and it showed with the 2 stock in game 2. The up airs were working wonders for Debuzz. If Wario can't get his aerials going, he's less of a character, and especially when he doesn't have Waft. The ledge not playing much into this matchup either, as again we have 2 characters that can go all the way under the stage to the other side, and it's all about the juggles. Who is going to get the juggles and how are they going to confirm off of them? Debuzz forcing game 3, using that yellow Pikmin's higher hit stun with the Nair, then switching to the red or purple Pikmin with the up airs, racked up tons of damage real quick. But Debuzz's real claim to this game was taking advantage of Glutoni's whiffs with up smash. So the up smashes were hitting big, and the big lead forced Glutoni to do something quick, and in the end, 1 stock apiece. Debuzz had a big lead in percent with Waft on stage. Olimar is instantly at kill percent right off the Angel platform, but would not be sharded on today, finding yet another up smash for the kill and the win over Glutoni. Then we have PupA versus Mars. Starting off here, I'd have to give ZSS the advantage in the matchup, but not by a ton. We've seen Mars' ZSS for a while, and while people boasted that Pokemon Trainer is very good, maybe even top tier, it simply has no results to show for it, and we have to see something to prove that this character or characters are actually that good. Mars had a huge advantage out of the gate, but after whiffing a boost kick, dies to Charizard's forward smash very early at the ledge, then later to Charizard's Nair. Don't know if Charizard has ever gotten multiple stocks in a game at a major before, but here we are. But outside of those 2 poor choices from Mars, this was the most one-sided match of top 8. Nothing any of those 3 Pokemon could do to contest Zero Suit Samus. Mars mixed up his pressure, and every edgeguard attempt was something new that PupA had to account for by switching Pokemon, going with the Tether, switching to Charizard, or trying to get some speed with Squirtle. Something that even with switches, Pokemon Trainer struggles with, especially, is getting back to the ledge. And then when you have someone as fast as ZSS, that compounds that problem. PupA really surprised people here, but Mars was not impressed, destroying PupA in game 2 without even taking 50% on his first stock. Just too good. Mars moves on 2-0. Now in top 3, finally moving on to best of 5s, we have a rematch of Ally and Leo. Joker, the first character that can really answer to what makes Snake so good. Rebel's Guard to absorb grenade damage to get early Arsens, Tetraconic projectiles back at him, and of course the juggles that never end. Drag down up air, drag down up air. On Pokemon Stadium 2, the Joker juggles were too much for Ally, and the speed of Joker did not allow Ally to pull out enough explosive to take advantage of Snake's kit. Ally did well at landing the kill moves just when they were, high enough to kill to keep things interesting, but MKLeo takes game 1 with the Arsene aerials. Game 2, more very, very fast Arsens. The persona just comes out so quickly, especially against Snake. Leo triggered him twice in 50 seconds, but Ally started to command the bigger stage that he has with the counter pick, and finally attempted the edge guards that we know Snake is really, really good at, but Leo adapted using guns, not only to change his trajectory to make him harder hit, but also would shoot down the Nikita missile. Both players really wanted to avoid the platform on Smashville, Leo getting hit with grenades in C4 and Ally wanting to avoid any aerial from Joker, which is an even bigger threat than the projectiles coming from Snake, and Leo gets the up air for the kill. Game 3, back to the wall. Ally really has to make a switch. Leo's Joker just too much for him, and Ally switches to his old Smash 4 main Mario in a desperation attempt. And remember, Leo 2-0'd Ultimate's best Mario in Zenyu earlier on in top 16, so it's not like Leo doesn't know this matchup. Joker was just playing with his food at this point, wanting the 3 stock. Leo went for a risky forward smash to get it, gets bared for his troubles. So it's just a 2 stock as Joker's jab attack wins the game. MKLeo again on winner's side of Grands. And then we have Debuzz versus Mars here in losers semis. Debuzz starts off with Olimar instead of waiting to switch later, and I think that's mainly due to the matchup against Zero Suit Samus, as well as it being Mars. Debuzz tried Rosa against him before, and it could have gone better. And the choice started off well, taking the first 2 stocks. Many people thinking Olimar's nerfs would hurt him in this most recent patch, but really the nerfs he received didn't come into play at all in this tournament. People worried about Olimar getting shield poked by Ridley weren't exactly on the money, let's just say. But Mars, down 1 stock, makes a huge comeback. Boost kicks will not be denied, even if he whiffs one, and kills super duper early. Olimar not exactly heavy helping out Mars. He goes out in front, game 1, takes the first game. Now in game 2, Debuzz switches to Rosalina. Now I know Debuzz has been a top player for a long time, for like 6 years or whatever, but he switches, I think, way sooner than any other pro I've seen historically. And I think probably has the second worst winning percentage after switching. I think Zero probably has the worst winning percentage because he did it very rarely in Smash 4, and when he did, it really never worked out because there was never a reason for him to switch off, you know, such an insanely strong character as Diddy Kong. Needless to say, the switch did not work out for Debuzz. He was leading with Olimar, and Rosa is just historically, again, not a problem for Mars. And without Luma in this game, hurts Rosa even more than it did in Smash 4, especially when Zair is such a better tool for ZSS in this game, and that it can combo, like true combo into like 3 different things at all percents, and Rosa can't punish as hard as well as Olimar can as well. So just a bad idea overall, but Mars is just feeling himself at this point and moves on to face Ally in losers finals. Game 1, Mars starting off Ally with how he finished Debuzz, the flip kick spike to take that first stock, starting off his revenge from the man whom sent him to losers in quick fashion. Mars puts himself up 2 stocks before Ally turns it on with 2 big conversions, including a huge punish early as fuck kill with forward smash, evens up the stocks, but Mars' ability to threaten Snake off stage really was the difference in this set. He threatens with flip kick very quickly, awaits out the option, and then responds, or when sent very far off stage, forces Ally to up special early, and then having enough options to make that landing trouble for Snake, something not enough players have figured out yet. Mars takes game 1, however, just basically out of the air and forcing Ally to recover in many different creative ways. Eventually, it's not going to work out. Game 2, Ally takes it to Battlefield, and you can see why. Seeing those grenades do what they do on those platforms gives him way more landing options, although mostly he just goes up real high and then air dodges because that's like a free recovery. Ally was able to get more grenades off, and when the Nikita comes out, you know things are doing well for Snake. They never go well for whomever they're going after, even if it misses, because when Nikita misses, it usually hits you anyway. And with the lack of end lag, gives Ally the opportunity to then jab or up tilt out of it, both killing stupid early. Finally, with enough damage, Ally is able to find those kills and evens things up. Game 3 was just wacky. More explosive pressure comes from Ally and finds Mars without a jump, netting an early kill, and then Mars SDs his final stock. Flashback from those Smash 4 SDs we're all too familiar with from Mars, and Ally is up 2-1. Game 4, Mars back in it by challenging and forcing that up special. With being on Yoshi's, the options are very limited with landing, and Mars could just juggle much better. Ally takes the stock lead with better placed aerials and gets to ledge more easily with explosions to cover his options, but Mars forces game 5 on a huge string into down smash read boost kick. So game 5, winner take all, we go to Battlefield, and Mars's tech chases get him that first stock. Lots of damage, and then the down smash to boost kick at the ledge. Not even Snake is heavy enough to survive that boosted move. Ally is able to bring it to a final stock, but at like 200%, he is neither gonna survive or get timed out, and he gets back aired for Mars to go on 3-2. Set of the tournament easily. And that of course brings us to Grand Finals, Mars versus MKLeo. Game 1 of Grand Finals, both players going at even, tick for tack, even percents until Mars catches the jump from ledge with the very last hit of his up smash. MKLeo answers back immediately, then gets Arsene, this time utilizing those power boosts perfectly with the back air, and then taking him to the ledge where Mars just doesn't have enough to make it back, and Leo starts off things with a 2 stock in game 1. And then after that humiliating loss, for the first time in Ultimate history, a Captain Falcon comes out in Grand Finals, something we never saw in Smash 4, and didn't think we'd ever see an ultimate, especially since he's a much worse character. Even though he was only a mid tier, now he's like a bottom tier. Mars switching it up, known for pulling out the Captain Falcon in friendlies, but we didn't expect it to even go this well. Leo gets the first stock with a back air edge guard, but Mars answers back with an up smash to even things up at the top platform. Even takes the percent lead on the next stock, but then it was all Leo. Joker's attacks are too strong, and Falcon's recovery won't do him any favors in any matchup, let alone against something like Joker, and Leo gets the 2 stock. Mars mulls over a character switch but sticks with Falcon, and boy does it start off well, getting a 0 to death on Leo's Joker, which I believe is a first in history. With the Captain Falcon, by the way, with all things considered, with a down air spike. A big lead is built after that 0 to death, and even takes the second stock with the bear, but Arsene comes out to even things up, although still at a percent deficit is Leo. Final stock, last hit point, and both players are whiffing time and time again off of these kill options. Leo gets the kill lightning twice, and even though Zero said, oh that's it, it wasn't it, and Mars kept coming back. Then they trade freeze frame hits, and Mars throws out the Falcon kick to take a game off of MKLeo. The first time someone has done so in top 8, I think for maybe 4 tournaments since Leo has switched to solo maining Joker. Game 4, Mars does not let off the gas, which he has to do in order to take down Leo, and it starts working. Sour Spot Dare takes the first stock, Leo evens things up, then Mars retakes the lead, but it's MKLeo's show from there on out. Leo finally takes the lead, and Mars again on his back foot, not yet putting Leo at kill percent, barely surviving a few times. You can only survive that back air so many times coming out from Joker before it kills you. A fun set, but MKLeo still takes it 3-1, only dropping 2 games in the entire tournament. The legend continues. MKLeo just seems unstoppable at this point. Still dominates, still #1 in the world, and with this being the last tournament of the season for the next PGR rankings, it's not even going to be close. He's #1 by a long shot.